Yo, what is up guys, Partywaffles here, and today I'm going to make you guys a quick video just showing you guys my macros because I'm getting requested this a lot everywhere, in the Discord, in my stream, everywhere. So it seems that you guys want to know about my new macros. So we are going to talk about that really quickly. I'm just going to run through all of them and then tell you guys about them, and then they're all going to be in the Discord in the description below, okay? So if you want these, just go to my Discord in the description below. There's a macros channel, all right? But I'm going to explain them here. So let's get started. So I'm just going to run across the top, like the rows, okay? The top row first, middle row, bottom row. And I'll tell you important ones, okay? So the first macro here is going to be this one right here. It's a Lichborn healing macro, all right? So the way that this functions is if you press it, it will just use Lichborn. And if you spam it, it will heal you with Lichborn, okay? So it casts death coils on yourself. So if you spam it, it heals you. If you press it once, it Lichborns. So that's just a good Lichborn macro right there. The next one we have right here is a cancel Lichborn. It's not just for canceling Lichborn, it's for canceling everything, okay? So let me just show you the macro here. Basically, it cancels Lichborn, Blessing of Protection, Thorns, anything like that, right? Anything that you want to remove. Like say you're fighting a mage and your paladin gives you a bop, right? To bop you out of a stun, you want to take the bop off, like remove the bop before the mage steals it after you're out of your stun, okay? So you want to cancel macro. The next one we have here, sorry, I skipped this one, but the one we have here is just a healing macro. This one's for healing your pet, okay? So this macro right here, it heals your pet. Boom, that's it, because you need to keep your pet alive. Next we have, we're going to jump over here. None of these are a macro, so we're going to jump over here. Here's my next macro, okay? So this one right here, it's just an @cursor abomination. Some people like it, some don't, but here it is. So wherever your cursor is, you press the ability, and it's just going to drop the A-bomb, so you don't have to click to summon it, you know what I mean? How it usually will make a big green circle and you have to click. It just eliminates that action. It looks a little something like this. All right, so on to the next row here. We're going to start the same side. So on my Q right here, this is a button that I use very, very often. I spam the shit out of this, especially with all the pets we have now. Where is it? Here it is. So basically what this is it summons my pet. It's raised dead, but it's also pet attack. So if I don't have a pet and I press this, it'll summon my pet. If I have a pet, it's going to make my pet attack the target. So you're going to want to use that to control your pets. The next one we have here is on my death grip, which is right here. So this is what I use for everything, okay? I use shift mod. So what this does basically is if I press R, it will death grip. If I press shift R, it will death grip my focus target, okay? So that's what I do for everything. That's what I do for my kick. That's what I do for my asphyxiate, for my silence. I use focus modifiers because the way that I control my targeting is with my mouse wheel. My mouse wheel up is target 1, mouse wheel in is 2, mouse wheel down is 3, okay? And then shift mouse wheel is to set my focus. So what I'll do is I'll shift mouse wheel, set my focus, and then if I say I'm hitting this guy right here and I want to grip the healer over there, he's focus target, I just hold shift and press R, and then it will grip him instead of the other guy. So I use focus mods like that for a lot of things, you'll see. And then chains of ice here, I have on my chains of ice, I have an @cursor, or this isn't the one, but I have an @cursor chains of ice. So, but what it does, it's the same as the A-bomb. If I put my cursor on somebody, it'll just chains of ice them. So that's what I use on my chains of ice. I don't use that very often though. I usually just have the target, but sometimes for RBGs, it's nice to just whatever. The next one we have here is Gnaw, which is the same thing. My Gnaw macro, it's the exact same. It's the same as the grip, right? It's just a shift focus. Everything like this is just shift focus. So grip is a shift focus. Asphyxiate, shift focus. Gnaw, shift focus. Triangulate, shift focus. So we're going to skip all over those because they're the exact same, okay? And they can all be found in there. Even my outbreak here, let's go to the next line. So my the very bottom row here, my outbreak on 1, it's also a shift focus. So I can dot the healer without changing my target. Here's the DPS macro, okay? So this one right here, Empowered Rune Weapon. So this button right here is my A-bomb limb and Empowered Rune Weapon in one button. So if you want to just put A-bomb limb and Empowered Rune Weapon together to save yourself one keybind, you can do that. I have Empowered Rune Weapon up there still on its standalone key, but it's mostly just so I can see the cooldown. But even though these are the same, but I just like to have it on the key anyways. But yeah, so I use this macro for that. It's a 2-in-1. You guys can do that. It's really good. It will save you one key. My next macro here is actually on my number 5 key. So I skipped over this one, but here it is. My number 5 is Raised Dead. So what this one will do is if I don't have a pet already, like see how right now I don't have my pet out, okay? I have no pet out. If I press this, my 5 key, it will summon my pet. Okay, like so. It'll summon my pet. And then if I press it again, it will dark transform it. So it's just kind of like if for some reason my pet's not out and then I press this to dark transform it, it'll just summon it anyways and I can just press it a second time. So it's just kind of for convenience. It's just nice. Again, it saves you a key, right? The next thing we have here, in my Festering Strike, I have the Festering Strike right here. I just have Dark Command so that I can taunt pets off me too, or taunt pets off my healer or anything like that, or just try to pull them to me if I want to. And then over here on my Apocalypse here, my Apocalypse right here on Z. At the moment, I have Gargoyle in the Apocalypse, but because it kind of fits the rotation nicely. Like say I go in, A-Bomb, Apocalypse, and then Dark Transform the pets, because the Apocalypse has Gargoyle in it, right? So if I drop A-Bomb, then I Apocalypse with Gargoyle built into it, it's going to get all my pets out at once. So I've been using this. I haven't really found a downside quite yet, except for in long games, if it doesn't line up and then you have an Apocalypse and your Gargoyle's up and you're trying to save the Gargoyle for something else. So I think I'm probably going to take this out later on, but that's just because I want to min-max really hard. A lot of you guys could definitely succeed easily by doing this. Like, I did this to get #1 solo shuffle. Like, right now, I'm like 25 something on my main, and this is what I'm still doing, and it's working fine. But it's basically just a burst, right? Blood Fury is the Orc racial. Use 13 is your trinket if you're using an unused trinket, which I'm not, but I like it in the macro just for what I do. And then Apocalypse. So that's like my one-shot macro, kind of. And then over here we have, again, my V is just a shift modifier. My zone is just an @ cursor, the same as my abomination. So like this, it just summons it automatically. And then my leap, this is my focus. This is my focus target leap. So instead of having a shift mod on this one, it's just straight at the focus, but it's on the keybind. It's on control mouse button. And then over on the right side over here, we have a couple more notable macros that you need here. So this one right here is just going to be a pet dismiss macro, because sometimes your pet will be really low and you just better just dismiss it and have a new one. Or it's in a bad positioning or something and you want to get rid of it, or someone's going to get a proc off of it or something, whatever you got to do. For any reason, among the many that you have to dismiss it, you're going to need that keybind or that macro. And then we have a focus macro for pet attack. All this one is just a focus pet attack. So when I press Shift Q, it just attacks my focus target. And when I press Q, it attacks my normal target. It's the same. It's just not a shift modifier. It's just 2 different buttons instead. And then, which I don't know why I'm doing that. I should just put a shift modifier on it instead of having 2 buttons, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It works fine. And then that's basically it. Yeah, these are just chains 1, 2, 3. You don't need those. You can have them. They're nice though. They're definitely nice. So like if I press Control mouse wheel up, it will chain Arena 1. Control mouse wheel in, it'll chain Arena 2. And then Control mouse wheel down, it'll chain Arena 3. So those are kind of nice, but you can get along without those. I don't use it too much. But yeah, that's basically just my macros. There's also Huddle. You want to make sure you have Huddle bound. At least have that bound to something. You can make a macro for it or whatever, but you got to make sure you're at least using that so you don't want your pet to die when you transform it. But yeah, that's pretty much my macros there, guys. I just wanted to give you a quick little run through of my updated macros and what I'm doing. Because like I said, a lot of people have been asking questions, but yeah, so that should fill in some gaps for you guys on my gameplay right there. If you want, you guys can replicate those or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will be live on stream today, so I'll see you guys there. Peace.